Hello everybody, I hope you're doing well today. Marc G with a C back with another video, and I am back to continue my series of where I show you my favourite albums from some of my favourite labels. Today we are going to feature Under One Flag. Under One Flag is a UK based, or was a UK based label back in the late 80s, early 90s. They were a subsidiary of Music for Nations. And I think Under One Flag, they did sign a few bands, but they were sort of, not mainly, but they tended to license a lot of the US bands from Combat Records over there. So I do have a few releases that are purely on the Combat label, so I'm not going to show you them. I'm just going to show you the ones that I have that are pretty much purely Under One Flag. Let's start off with this compilation, Speed Kills But Who's Dying. This is volume 4. This is from 1989, I think it was, yes. I was already aware of a few of the bands on this, but this compilation, as with all compilations from the late 80s, were huge influences on a lot of us metalheads, especially me and my friends. You know, it was the way you discovered bands. I mean, looking at that, I was aware of Exodus, but you know, Re-animator was on there, Blind Illusion. I knew of Death and Holy Terror, but Agony, Hex. Yeah, you can see the list of the bands on there. But an absolute brilliant compilation. I do have Speed Kills 6. But as I've said with my other videos in this series, I'm not going to show you everything in my collection. I'm just kind of picking out some of my favourite pieces from my collection, and I'm going to share them with you. And again, there will be some that are missing, some that I would like Hex. That album, I've not got that one. Bathory, I do own Bathory, but I've not got the Under One Flag releases. I've got a Black Mark release, a reissue. But yeah, Speed Kills But Who's Dying. Great name for a comp as well, that. So let's start off. I'll show you, I suppose, kind of where it started for me. One of the first albums I ever bought on Under One Flag, and that is Nuclear Assault and Survive from 88, I want to say. Is it? Yeah, 88. I've told you the story about the local record shop, and I used to go there with my friends, and the guy pulled the book out and let us pick our albums out of there. And obviously Under One Flag was one of the distros that was in that book, but this was one of the first albums I picked up, and became aware of Under One Flag a little bit more then. Fabulous thrash metal from New York. I also have an OG copy of their debut Game Over from 86, I want to say this is. Yeah. Flag 5, you can see the logo there, and as you can see here in this corner, just saying it's issued under license from Combat Records. A brilliant raw and angry thrash metal album. I'm not going to get all of these out and show you every little bit of them, because we'll be here forever, but just wanted to show you that. One of the classic thrash collages, you know, could be where it all started really, in those days, like 86, and the famous Under One Flag label there, the flag with the holes in it. Flag 5 was that, did I say that was? Yeah, Flag 5. We'll follow that up with Flag 6. The mighty Darkness Descends by Dark Angel. Look at that logo. That is just brilliant, isn't it? Love that. Again, Flag 6 there, and under license from Combat Records. Aggressive, in-your-face, claustrophobic, violent, vicious thrash metal. An absolute brilliant album. Darkness Descends, Dark Angel. Right, let's show you a bit of UK thrash metal now. As with my other videos in this series, I'm going to try and show you vinyl, cassettes and CDs. And we'll go with this cassette, the debut full length from Acid Reign, The Fear. Brilliant, brilliant, youthful, aggressive, not taking itself too seriously, thrash metal. United Kingdom, Apple Core. There's the cassette there. The little Under One Flag logo down the side there. I'll show you a little bit more vinyl, seeing as we were showing you that debut. And this is Obnoxious by Acid Reign. This is Flag 39. Like I said at the beginning of the video, a lot of the American bands do a licensed, Under One Flag licensed them from Combat Records, but a lot of the UK bands and European bands, Under One Flag did release these purely through their own label. Yeah, Obnoxious, Acid Reign. I love this album, one of my favourite UK thrash metal albums. I know it's a bit different to The Fear. It's a little bit more polished and a bit more Bay Area, but the musicianship on this album is just fabulous. Obnoxious, is that from 1990, I want to say? I'll maybe not try and do this every time. I'll have to find out now because I want to. Yeah, 1990. Don't kill me if I get the years of these wrong, but I won't be far off. So, talking of Dark Angel, let me show you another cassette. Decade of Chaos, the best of Dark Angel. Now, Under One Flag did a very short sort of burst of bests of, and I have got a few of them which I'll show you. Oh, here we go. Also available, the best of Exodus, Forbidden, Death, Agnostic Front and Possessed. I would like to get that Possessed one. I don't own that one. Agnostic Front, not a band I'm really into. There's the cassette for that. But yeah, these were a great little idea from Under One Flag. You know, I suppose these albums had, these bands had released the first couple of albums, and it was just a really great way of promoting the bands, I suppose, all over the world. But Dark Angel, Decade of Chaos. I've also got the Death version of that, the Best of Death Fate. As you can see by the track listing there, songs from the first four. I think it was all the way up to Human, yeah. And also I have got the Forbidden one as well. Yeah, I'd quite like the Exodus. Excuse me, I'd quite like the Exodus one and the Possessed one. And I'm being a big Forbidden fan. I bought this not long ago actually. I picked it up off eBay and it was only a few quid. I was absolutely made up. Absolutely made up. Point of No Return, that one is called. So while we're showing you Forbidden, let's show you these. As you well know, you watch my videos, one of my favourite all-time thrash albums, Forbidden Evil. This is Flag 27 from 1988, I seem to remember, am I right? Yeah. There's the CD and the guys in the band. I just love this album. Love it, love it, love it. I know a lot of people prefer Twisted Into Form, and I love this album too, but Forbidden Evil, there's something about it, you know, it's just more, it's more youthful, it's more aggressive, it feels just more organic in its sound, and I love that. And you know the way it is with albums, you know, sometimes the first one you hear by them is the one that resonates the most with you. Well, this is an absolute brilliant album as well. Flag 43, that one. Let me show you a little bit of vinyl. Flag 16, again, one that's under issue from Combat Records, and the EP by Possessed, The Eyes of Horror. Always loved that album cover, that EP cover. And to be honest, I think this is probably my favourite of the early Possessed releases. Absolutely love it. 5 tracks, just fabulous. Look at that picture as well, just love that band picture. Great. And as you know, yeah, with Possessed, the guitarist went on to being Primus, which was a million miles away from the style of guitar he played in Possessed. But a fabulous thrash from America. Now this is a little bit of a different one. This is a band from Sweden, and I can remember this from back in the day. I think this was '89. This is a Flag 19 release. Is it '89? Let me have a quick look. Yeah, '89. And with the whole plethora of bands that were coming through, you know, it was impossible to keep up with all the releases from all these big labels. I remember this coming out and I listened to it and I quite enjoyed it, but there was a lot of good music out there. And this is one that I've kind of come back to after all these years. But this is Agony, and their one and only release, the first Defiance. Like I say, a Swedish band, but really excellent thrash metal, but with the feet firmly placed in heavy metal, traditional heavy metal. There's plenty of melodies in there. There's the angry vocals, but you can hear what's being sung. A really, really good album. And like I say, not one that I paid attention to too much back in the late 80s, but one that I've been really enjoying in the more recent times. Agony, the first Defiance. Talking about another band from Europe, and again one that I was aware of them because this band supported Metallica during their sort of European part of some of their tours, and this album was produced by Flemming Rasmussen, if I remember right. No, it wasn't. It was mixed by Flemming Rasmussen, who was, you know, famously a producer for Metallica early on. And this is the Swiss band Apocalypse. Very much like Agony, thrash metal, but with their feet firmly placed in traditional heavy metal. Loads of melody. The vocals are cleanly sung, but really good. And again, the same with Agony. Not one that I paid that much attention to back in the late 80s, but I've kind of revisited it. Now I'm an old man and I'm wanting to relive my youth, or help myself feel younger anyway. I've gone back to it and I really enjoy it. It's a real interesting release, that Apocalypse, and their debut Apocalypse. An absolute classic I'm going to show you now on CD, and again another one of the first Under One Flag records I ever bought. This is Flag 24, and this is Death and their second album, Leprosy. Just fabulous death metal album. You know, the blueprint for a lot of bands. It was a big influence on me and the lads in Enchantment. You know, again, I've told the story before. One of some of the first gigs we ever played, we used to do a cover of Pull the Plug. But yeah, just brilliant album. I used to have this on vinyl. I bought it on vinyl when it first came out, but I don't own it anymore, unfortunately. But it got the OG CD. Death, Leprosy. Show you a bit more vinyl. We have got from the UK, this is a band from Hull. Again, one that was signed just purely to Under One Flag. And this is Re-animator, Deny Reality, their debut EP. I do have their second album, Condemned to Eternity, which is a great thrash album, but I don't have the Under One Flag version. It's the Craze reissue. So obviously I can't show it in this video. I think this is an 89 release as well. Just brilliant. This band played a lot with Acid Rain. You can see the bass player's got an Acid Rain t-shirt on there. Very similar, excellent thrash. Didn't take themselves too seriously, always a little sense of humour in there, but these guys knew how to write a riff. Brilliant, brilliant EP. Re-animator, Deny Reality. A few more to show you. A cassette, I've shown this band before, but again, like I said, with wanting to show you different multi-formats, I've kind of just picked a few out of the collection. Nuclear Assault and their album Handle With Care from 90, I want to say. 80, is it 90 or 89? My eyesight, oh God. I'm sure that says 90, I might be wrong. Anyway, don't vilify me please guys. Yeah, brilliant album. Classic songs on this Critical Mass. I remember seeing the video for that on not YouTube, on MTV. They were a great band, and again, you know, an American band, but these guys never took themselves too serious. I suppose this was a bit more, they seemed a bit more serious on this album than they did Survive. But yeah, fabulous thrash album. Nuclear Assault, Handle With Care. I'll show you a CD. This is Flag 25, and a band that I picked up on quite early on, an 88 release, I think this is it, yeah. But they never seem to sort of hit a note with many people that I knocked about with. They seem to be one of those bands that people either loved them or just didn't bother with them, and that's Holy Terror and their album Mind Wars. Again, I used to have the original OG vinyl of this, but that's long gone unfortunately. But I'm very happy to have the OG CD. Under one flag there, Flag 25. This is brilliant. Keith Dean, his vocals, just, that's what really piqued my interest when I first heard this. Fabulous riffing, aggressive, but his vocal delivery is just something else, just fabulous. If you've never heard that album, Holy Terror, Mind Wars, please check it out. Fabulous. And last but very not least, and again, another under one flag record that was licensed, but this time licensed from Megaforce in America, and the classic Overkill, Fuck You. I used to have a t-shirt with that. It was the green logo, the finger in the middle there, fuck you, and on the back it had Charlie, and then I think it just said fuck you all the way down the back. And as a teenager, you know, I was all over it. If it was going to upset people and offend people, then that was what it was all about, wasn't it? You know. But yeah, brilliant EP this, absolutely excellent. Fuck You, Rotten to the Core, Hammerhead, Use Your Head, and Electro Violence. Absolutely brilliant. Great picture as well, that, and it. Do you know, Overkill are one of those bands that I've missed out on seeing live. I've been lucky to see most of the bands, you know, probably 99 out of 100 of the bands that I love. Overkill is one that's just slipped through. Brilliant. We don't care what you say. Fuck you. Fabulous. That's it, guys. We have been listening to, in the background, no Tumbleweed in this one, I'm afraid, because I've remembered. Daemonicus. This was a CD recently gifted to me by Jim Davies over in Texas. Daemonicus, Eschaton. I think this is their third or fourth release. Swedish band playing that old school Swedish death metal style, but incorporating, I'm sure you'll be able to hear in the background, incorporating some, not a lot to say on the inside, some modern elements in there. But yeah, brilliant album. That's it, guys. I will be back soon with another video. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch. I really do appreciate your time. And until the next video, look after yourselves. Take care. Bye for now.